the class. Assalamu alaikum. Now, I hope that we all have learned the four conversions very well, and we are not going to be confused at all in between. Am I expect the same from your end too, that we are not going to make a mistake in this? All the four conversions that we have learned, we are going to do it properly. Now, the next task is to convert a hexadecimal number, to convert a denary number to its equivalent hexadecimal number. So what will you be doing? Now, the method is very simple. Whenever you are dividing it by, you're going to divide it by 2 when you are converting a denary number to binary number. And you're going to divide it by 16 when you are dividing when you are converting a denary number to a hexadecimal number. So this is what you need to remember. Okay? The trick is very simple. The base in which you need to convert, you have to use that base as the divisor. This is a very simple rule that you can remember. Gigi, Hamna? Ji Hamna, you have something to say, beta? Hamna, did you want to say something? Okay, now moving on to this one, what do we need to do is, you can see no matter whether the question is big one or a small one, you simply need to apply the rule of dividing it by 16 and then finding out the remainder. Is this first stage clear? Yes, children, is this first stage clear to everyone? Now moving to the next stage, what we need to do is, Hamna, isn't it clear that whatever you are saying, Thomas, you are saying, is this unclear? Yes, Hamna, are you saying something to me or regarding the learning, or what is it? Okay, now you can see one thing. When I am writing, you can see if the question is 16 is dividing 8 4 6 3, 16 5 is 80, for remainder carried up. 46, 16 to the 32, you can see the remainder 14 carried up, 16 8s, and then remainder is 15. When it comes to writing down the answer, you can see for yourself, it does not write, okay, now I'm moving further. Again, division 16 by 16, you found the quotient as 33 and the remainder was 0. Then again, it was divided by 16, 2, 16 to the 32, and then remainder is 1. And then 2 is the value which is remaining as such. You can see for yourself, I hope that this 0 is not going to confuse you, because we have to find out the values. That is why we are saying 16 zeros are 0 and then remainder is 2. Is this clear? Yes or no? Yes. Any problem to anyone? Dear children, any problem to anyone? So please do let me know. The division, the last value that is maybe some confusing to a few, but this is not a difficult thing. It is simply talking about if you talk about normal mathematics, you take a number which is lesser than the divisor. So what you say 0, and then you write down the value as a remainder. So the same thing is done here, and then you can see for yourself that how will you write down the answer. The same 210, but you will not say 15. This is something which is very, very important. Sometimes the students in haste or in confusion, what they do is, when they're writing down the final answer, they say if the remainder was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15, they write down 10 rather than writing down A. So this is something that we need to be very much cautious about, that we have to write down the remainder properly. Like you have to write it down in the hex notation, not in the denary notation. Although it is 15 for us, but for I can say for the simplicity, for being more can say cautious, I suggest you that you write down F here. Then is this clear? Is this making sense to every one of you? Yes or no? Any problem faced by this by anyone regarding this? I hope that it's very much clear again. That if I suggest you, if you are facing thinking that you may make a mistake, better write down write it down like that. So you write down कि जी अब मेरे पास 15 है, which means it is F, and then you are going to get the right answer in the first go. Okay, if you have understood, then let's do an activity right now. This activity 1.6. By the way, all the other activities, are they done? Although we still have time, but are they done, children? The four activities as I have given you, are they all done? Hope so that you are doing. Okay, that's wonderful. Now let's move on to the activity 1.6 part A. Maybe quickly do it. Yes, right now. Yes, very quick, please. I want the answer to come from your end. It's very, very simple. Children, I'm expecting the answer to come from your end very quickly. It's 98 when you are dividing 98 by 16. What is the answer? Please, I want the answer very quickly. For those of you who have joined us now, Assalamu alaikum, we are actually doing the activity 1.6 right now. And before that, we had learned the conversion from denary to hexadecimal. Okay, that's wonderful, Mustafa Shahid, correct. What about the others? Again, very important thing is to remember how to write. If you had written it in the reverse order, your answer would have been considered wrong, and you can use the same method as is mentioned here. G. I'm waiting for the others also to respond to me very quickly regarding the conversion from denary to hexadecimal. Only one person, Mustafa, has answered me till now. Now, very quick, please. The others also. It's so simple that you will be dividing this by 16. No, you will not be getting 2 basically. You can see for yourself that when you are dividing by, okay, now let me show you the, okay, can you all see the whiteboard now? What you have is you're going to divide it by 16, and what will you do? For example, what will you be doing? You will be writing down 62, okay? 62 is your number. Fine. What will you be doing? You'll be saying 16, and then I'm not writing down the actual values. I hope that you all can see my screen, and 62 is 90 was my question. 90 was my question. Yes, what was the question? No, let me share with you the way we are going to do it. It was 98. So 98 was my question. Okay, now let's do it. Now when you divide 98 by 16, what is the result? You can see 16 6 is 96, and you will write down 16 6 is 96, and then you will say this line, and then you will say 2. Fine. Okay, and then you will still be dividing it by 16. So when you are dividing once by 16, then what will you be getting? Since it is going to be 0 here, and then you will be getting a 6 here. I hope that you can understand this very easily. This is how you will be getting the value. Is this making sense? This is how we get it. So your answer will be 62. The way we have learned that we have to write it in from from bottom to top. So this is how you will get the answer. Have you all understood this? This is how we are going to get the answer. It will be 62, the way Mustafa Shahid has explained in the beginning. I hope that it's now clear to every one of you, and no one will be making any mistake. Yes or no? Is this clear? Maybe move ahead. And then you can do any question, but you need to know the table of 16, and you need to know that how will you go about. This is what you need to know, but otherwise all the other things are very simple. We can attempt them very easily. Yes, children, can we move on to the next task? Yes, can we move on to the next task? Okay. Now, if yes, are we ready for the next task? Now let's move on to the now let's move on to the next task, the last task as such before we proceed to the next uses. This is dealing with I am given a hex value and I am asked to convert it into its equivalent denary value. You can see for yourself. This is an example. Then they are giving you the method as well that involves the value that they are saying that what will you be doing for each value you multiply by the powers. And you can see for yourself it's going to be, by the way, what will be the first power? Can you tell me what will be the first power? G. If I start from the right hand side, please remember the sequence that we have learned that we have to start from the right hand side. Bit of power, power. I'm talking about the power. I'm not talking about the answer. Okay, Hamza? I'm talking about power, and that will be 16 power 0. Please remember that whenever we are starting from the right hand side, it's going to be starting with power 0. So what you get is 16 power 0, 16 power 1, 16 power 2. And if you have more values, and you will have as many values as you need. Is this making sense to every one of you? Yes or no? Okay. Then when we move, we say 16 power 0 means 1. Yes, any ambiguity regarding this? Then we have 16 power 1 that is equal to 16, then 16 power 2 that is equal to 256. And in this manner, you're going to multiply it by the value. You can see for yourself, A is 10, B is, the next value is 5. So what we did, you can see for yourself that what we did, we showed it in this manner, that 10 into 1. This 10 is, you can see the color combination, it's 10 because of A, it's 5 here, and it's 4 here. And then we multiply it by the respective values. You can see this value is the 16 power 2, that is 256. Again, be cautious, it has to be the 16 power, not 15 to the 32. Then 16 is multiplied by 5, and then 10 is multiplied by 1. And what we get is going to be added, and then you can find out the final answer. Then you can see for yourself, first they have shown it here, and they've added all the numbers, and then the final answer is shown to you here. Is this clear? Yes or no? It's something that you have already done in class 8. We are just repeating for those of you who were not with us in class 8. I guess this is something new to them, but otherwise, those of us who were with us in class 8, this is something that we already know. So is this clear? Yes or no? Okay, that's wonderful. Now, now moving further, what we have. Uh, Now, the other example is here. You can see for yourself, it's saying C8F. So when you say F, it will be 15, 1, 5. So, and when you say C, it's going to be 12. So the very first thing that we did was we wrote the subsequent values, and then we multiplied it by the power. 16 power 0 was 1. That is a 15 into 1. 16 power 1 is 16. That is why we wrote 16 into 8. And then 16 power 2 is 256. That is why we wrote 256 into 12. And then we have obtained the final answer by adding up all the numbers. Is this clear? Yes or no? Yes, children. And then we added up, and then we found the final answer. I hope that it's not a problem to any one of you. Yes, are you all ready? Yes, children. Again, you have to complete the assignment, and when you are coming to the physical class, definitely you have to bring your copies as well for the fun, for the checking as well. So please be ready with your work. So are we ready for a very quick 1.5 activity? Part A. Come on, let's do it very quickly. Let's see who is the first person to find. And again, remember, no use of calculator. Okay, children, I'm marking your attendance and I want to find out that whether they are here or not. So if I'm calling out a name, I want that child to raise your hand, speak up, okay? Abdul Rahman. Is Abdul Rahman here? That's wonderful, Abdul Rahman. That's Afan Ali. Is Afan here? I cannot see Afan right now. Is Afan here? Afan isn't here. Anshara? Yes, Anshara, are you here? Anshara, may you please unmute yourself? Children, I'm not going to mark your attendance if you are like this. Believe in me, I'm not going to mark your attendance. And Zuhad, Assalamu alaikum. Why are you so late, beta? Ji, may I know, is Afan here? Now, whatever name I'm calling, I want that child to unmute and then say yes or no. So that I will know that you are actually here and you are here only for the marking of attendance. So, Anshar, are you here? Class 10th, may I expect every one of you to please raise your hand, unmute yourself, so that I can at least know that you are here in the class. Hamna, and I didn't call out your name. I was calling out the name of Anshara right now. Thank you very much, Hamna, for telling that you are here in the class. But is Anshara here? Okay, now be ready. After Anshara, it's Hamna Khan. Hamna Khan had raised her hand. Hamza Abdul Khalik. Hamza, are you here? That's wonderful. Thank you, Hamza. Hania. Hania Binte Wasif. That's wonderful, Hania. That's wonderful. Ibrahim. Is Ibrahim, are you here? Ibrahim Khan. That's wonderful, Ibrahim. Kanzul Iman. Yes, Kanzul Iman. Abdul Rahman, you are why are you okay now? Thank you very much, Kanzul Iman. Next one, it's Ammar. Muhammad Ammar. Ammar, I can see your name, but I do need to know that whether you are here or not. Thank you very much, Ammar. Now, next one is Saad. Is Saad here? Muhammad Saad. Yes, Saad. Thank you, Saad. Now, Arsal. Is Arsal here? Muhammad Arsal? Yes, Muhammad Arsal. Are you here? Muhammad Arsal. I think I saw his name. Has he left the class or is he still here? Is it Arsal Adil or is it Ji, Arsal Adil, are you here? Yes or no? Okay, Arsal, I'm marking you absent. You're not here, I'm marking you absent. That's wonderful. This is okay. You need to know when do you need to answer, please. Muad, is Muad here? Thank you, Muad. Now, next one, it's Ammar is done. Now, next one, it's Mustafa Shahid. He answered. By the way, is Mustafa Shahid here? Mustafa Shahid, are you here? Okay, thank you very much, Mustafa. Mustafa Tawfiq. Is Mustafa Tawfiq here? Yes. Mustafa Tawfiq, are you here? Yes, that's wonderful. Sidra? Yes, Sidra, are you here?
Yes, miss.
Okay, that's wonderful. After that, it's Sophia. Okay, that's wonderful, Sophia. After that, it's I hope that all of you who are here have marked your attendance and have been about the class. Mm, Ramin Farhan. Okay, that's wonderful. Next one, it's Tabina and Taha Amir. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, now children, I hope that you have done this question, so I get the answer, and I hope that you remember that you need to do the work without walking. Muhammad Mehdi, I guess I didn't call out your name, so Muhammad Mehdi, are you here? And Bilal Suhail, Muhammad Mehdi and Bilal Suhail. G. Okay, that's wonderful. But by the way, children, I am not able to recall your names because I can't see any time you have written anything in the chat even. So now please be a little more interactive because we are actually through with the first set of a conversion, and I hope that you have understood this well. I'm talking about this first set because after that we have a few more something that is similar to conversion sort of thing. So I hope that you are going to enjoy again this topic. Now I'm moving on to the next topic for today. By the way, did you all find the answer? I'm still one. Okay, now one of the students, Hamna, has written the answer. Mustafa Shahid has written the answer. Uh, okay, 6B. If I say 6B was the question, B was equal to what? What was B? If I say B, what is it equal to? Yes, what is it equal to? 6B. Now let's do the value of 6B. And what we have here is we are going to multiply this B means it is going to be 11, and this 6 I'm writing down like this. I hope that this is now clear. Then I'm going to say this will be multiplied by 16 power 1, which is equal to 16, and this will be multiplied by 1 because it is 16 power 0, and the sign of addition will be in between. I hope that this is very much clear to every one of us. Then 16 6 is 96, and then we have plus and then 11, and then if I add the values up, what I get as a final answer is going to be 107. So did you all get the same answer? It's so simple. You simply multiply the values with the respective and then you get the final answer. Is this clear? Yes or no? Yes, children, is this clear? Yes or no? Okay. So this is how I hope that you all have found the answer. I'll be sharing the assignment for today with you people, but I hope that this topic is now clear to every one of you. Yes? Okay. Now let me move on to the next topic, that is my uses of hexadecimal. By the way, before today's class, I guess that you may not have talked about, heard about hex value. By the way, do you know what is an error? Now, how the question has been coming till now, let me share this with you people. So those of you who have the books with them, you can simply write down the method then and there. You can see that the question has been coming in this manner, that they sometimes ask us to write it down or state the uses of hexadecimal. It's a 2 mark or a 3 mark question, and in some scenarios we are given one use and then we are asked to write the rest of the two. So this is what we need to know, that how will we be solving it. So is this noted down by everyone? How the question comes in the paper, that we may be getting a value written in this manner, we may be getting a question written in this manner, that these are the two uses, and then mention the other one. This is what is coming in our paper. Now, is this clear? You can see the 4 uses are error codes, MAC address, IPv6 addresses, and HTML color code. So these are the two Abdur Rahman. Now, actually, this topic is in our previous book, first edition. Actually, we have to appear in 2023. Okay, your class 10th is going to be in 2022, and class 11th inshallah will be in 2023. So your batch will be appearing in the new syllabus, and that syllabus book was published this year only, and it is a little bit short in the market. That's why I am sharing everything with you people so that you can see for yourself that what are. But still, if you still can wait for some time, because this topic is there in your first book as well, which you have been using. So either we share those pages with you which are new, or you wait for some time and you buy the book. Well, let's see. So, but still you need to, because till last year that book was not available. It has been published this year only, and still it is a little short in the market. So this is why you need to buy the second edition for your papers. Okay? So this is what we need to do. But once you are here, then let's see what can we do for you people. Is this clear? Book is the same, authors are the same, but it's the second edition, and it's because of the change in the syllabus. Gigi, Hadi, what do you want me to tell? I was just talking about the syllabus that Tiken, the syllabus has changed. The book has the syllabus has been, you can say, a little bit new. New things have been added, so that is why you need to work accordingly. Is this clear? Yes or no? Is this clear? Now, moving on to this one, let me start with error codes. By the way, are you aware of the terms blue screen of death? Okay, now let's forget it. What is an error basically? Chale. You have studied some errors in class 9, so let's start with those errors. So what are actually error codes? What are errors basically? When you hear the term error, what clicks your mind? Something incorrect. Perfect. So is anything else striking your mind? Have you studied something else that deals with something error sort of thing? Thank you, Hania. But still, you should be confident. Tabina and Hania should be confident. No question marks should be there. G. Thank you, Hania and Tabina, for replying immediately. But still, have we studied something similar to the term to the word error? Is anything else striking my mind when I read the term error? G. Okay, now I'm giving you a hint. Something that you have studied in class 9. Come on, be quick. Come on, children. May I expect you people? Yes, yes, Taha, you can answer. Unmute yourself and then
Coding.
answer, please.
Coding.
Coding, fine. Okay. Okay, now in coding you were making errors. Perfect. But what were those errors? Let's elaborate those things. What were those errors? Can you bifurcate those errors into?
Syntax errors.
Thank you very much, Taha. By the way, have we studied something as logic errors as well? Yes, is anything similar to this one striking my mind that it's logic error? Yes, exactly. Mustafa, thank you. Yes, in languages you study errors, and these errors are basically syntax error or logic error. So I guess that you can recall that this is what you have already studied. TKG, but what is it actually, Eric? What is it actually? There are some errors. This is not the error that is syntax or logic. This is an error that is encountered by operating system, and if it encounters something to this one, it faces some problems in finding out some material or something has gone wrong, then it shows those, you can see the errors are shown to you, and these are hex values. Error codes are often shown as hex values. These numbers refer to the memory locations of the error, now usually automatically generated by the computer system. The programmer needs to know how to interpret the hexadecimal errors. Example of error codes from a Windows system are shown below. Again, you can see it's not the syntax error, it's simply the error that is generated by the operating system, and it is shown to you in this manner. Is this making sense to every one of us that like the first use of hexadecimal is error codes, and the programmer's job is to interpret, is to understand what the error is, and then he will be in a position to go further. Is this clear, children? Clear to every one of you? Yes, maybe move ahead. Yes, a very simple definition of error code is given to you regarding hexadecimal numbers, no problem. So we maybe move ahead to the next topic, that is media access control address or MAC address. By the way, have you seen MAC address anywhere? Have we seen this term anywhere? I'm giving you a hint. MAC address and IP address. These are the two terms which now we are familiar with, quite much familiar with. So has anyone ever seen these two values anywhere in the mobile? Yes. Have you people seen these values in the mobile? Yes, IP address, exactly. So what is IP address? Any idea? Again, I'm not getting the answers from everyone. Please. I'm still waiting for the responses to come from everyone's end. Yes, what is IP address and what is, yes, answer, Taha.
It identifies the device on any internet.
It identifies the device on the internet. Okay, perfect. But have we seen the term MAC address anywhere? Again, it is related, yes, correct, Tanya. It is related to the internet. So actually, it is the address of the PC. Like, for example, if I am logged in from school PC, so if anyone wants to know where am I, so my IP address will be showing something which is linked with area that is happy home. But if, for example, I'm accessing this the same Zoom ID from home, so my IP will be changing. So that is what IP address is. But when we talk about MAC address, it is referring to a number which identifies a device on a network and that is physically present on NIC. By the way, the term network interface card. Are you aware of this term? Have you ever heard this term? And I'm talking about the term interface. Have you ever heard this term interface before? Yes. Yes, what is interface? Yes, Surya, I know what is interface. Any idea about the term interface? We are left at hardly 3 to 4 minutes now. जी बेटा. Program enabling a user to communicate with a computer or fine, but if I just say what is the interface that we are using right now? Are we using some interface right now?
Graphical user interface.
No, I'm talking about real life. For example, assume that I'm not using computer right now. I am standing in the class. So which interface are we using? Perfect. Like you can say even Zoom is an interface. Even the book is an interface. Yes, it allows people to communicate. It allows two things to communicate with each other. So assume that I am standing in a physical class. So what are the interfaces that we are encountering? We see. G. Yes, physical class, physical class. Assume that I'm standing in the physical class. So what is the interface that you are going to see? Okay, that's wonderful, Taha. Whiteboard. Apart from whiteboard, come on, I want quick answers. Rather than typing, if you are going to speak, that will be far better because then we are going to utilize our time effectively. Come on, children, very quick. Board. Apart from board, what else is the interface that we are using? Come on. G. Exactly, the sense of hearing and sight. Perfect. It means my eyes and my ears are also working as interface. Thank you, Mustafa. My marker, my book, these all are the interface that we are using. Yes, books and notebooks and my voice, your ears, my pen, my marker, everything. Like for example, if I'm using pen to check, that is also an interface. So this is something that we need to know, we need to remember that these all are called interfaces. By the way, is Arsil Adil here now? Yes, he is here. Now, by the way, is there anyone whose name was not being called earlier? Now moving on to, okay, yes, Hadi, inshallah. Now, as far as the other thing is concerned, what is NIC? Now, one NIC we hear with from our parents, KG NIC is expiring or NIC is needed. But along with that, we have network interface cards. So, is there anyone? Okay, children, next time, if, for example, God forbid, we are still continuing with the online classes, so try to be on time because a lot of students, they had not marked the attendance, or maybe they had, did you mark your attendance? Did everyone mark the attendance? Now, moving further, what is actually supposed to be remembered and learned is EG. I want the answer for the term NIC. I'm actually going to finish it here. I'm not talking about Hania Data National Identity Card. I'm talking about network interface cards. Has anyone ever heard this term? Network interface card. This is actually a device that is needed to communicate with the network. For example, if I'm talking about network, we will be talking about network, inshallah. We'll be talking about network interface card, inshallah, in the next class. So I hope that you will be actually doing the assignment. That will be activity. I'll be sharing with you. The questions also I'll be sharing with you. And I hope that you have understood the class today. You have understood whatever we have started with the uses of hexadecimal. A very important thing that we need to remember. Your book says a few,